Hello, my friends and family. Now, if you're new here, my channel is 100% charity. In this video, I need to clean my Berkey filter. We use one a day. So, ever so often, however many gallons you use, the filters in here have to be scrubbed. I'm going to use my vegetable scrubber, just something I would normally just scrub, potatoes or carrots with. And then they send this little washer to scrub the outside of them. Then you have to re-prime them, and that's what this little washer is for. I'm going to show you the whole process right now. Ours has this little fabric lid. Just take that off. Then this top reservoir comes out. That's where your two filters are. As you can see, they're not dripping. I'm going to begin by pouring out all the water from the reservoir. There's 4 holes in the bottom of this one. 2 of the holes are they just send these rubber plugs, so I'll wash those. These, the charcoal kind of filters, whatever they are, they have these little plastic wing nuts on them. They just screw out. There's one of the filters. Wow, I think my husband put that one on. It's pretty tight. Just wash everything up with dish liquid. But on the filters, they'll have to be scrubbed with a pretty stiff brush. I'm just going to begin by rinsing down the outside. Just give it a good once over. Now the Berkey light comes with this pedestal. It just snaps off also. Obviously, it's nothing but a stand, so it doesn't need to be washed. You'll pour out the filtered water out of this reservoir. Just a general rinsing out. I ran my hand in there to see if it felt like there was any sort of algae growing, because we do have a window right here, and I've been concerned the sun doesn't come directly in this window, that it might be enough light on here to make the water grow algae, the green. I get a brand new sponge ready. Just going to saturate it really well. I'm going to use it first on the bottom container, reservoir. Then I'll use that same sponge on the top container. I'll work my way around, just rotating it in the palm of my hand while I'm going up and down. Not going to get in a hurry, but I'm scrubbing pretty hard. And I see some of the black, charcoal stuff comes off onto the bristles. As a note, I will not be using any soap on this part. You don't want soap in your water. But I'm going to get that bristle all around in there, carefully as I can, to touch every surface. It's important right here to give extra scrubbing around the very bottom of each of the black Berkey filters. So I'm going back and doing that in a, perpendicular to the way I was scrubbing it before. So it just gets a really good scrub around the very tip of the thing down there. So this way, and then I scrub that way all the way around. Then I go back and scrub it the other way again. Then you take this little washer that they give you to do the pruning. Priming. Anyway, and then with this washer in place, I press it against. This is very hard to do. You just have to have your water barely trickling, and you keep holding it on there until you start seeing little sweat beads come out. Now, there is a better primer available, and we're going to get that, and then I'll try to put a demo in here. But you can see how very difficult this is. And the water's just going everywhere. And you had to stand here quite a while. Once you get it where you can see the little sweat beads looking on the black filter, then you need to hold it there for about a minute so that it's thoroughly primed. That way the water will flow through it really well when you get it back in there. Yeah, I think you can see, hopefully you can see in the video, these little beads of sweat. And that means the water, of course, is flowing backwards through the filter. I'm going to hold it here about 1 minute. Make sure it's fully primed. After I made this whole video, I told you I was going to possibly find a better priming tool and solutions. So I would like to show you a couple of things I learned. But on my kitchen faucet, yes, this is a different house, but anyway, this thing twists right off. So that gives me a more direct, like a smaller stream of water. Here's the little tool I found and bought, but I'm going to tell you right up front, I can't find them anymore. That is probably because of COVID and all that, and things got, like, the water filters became extremely popular, and people were ordering them like crazy. So I think maybe they're going to be back on the market, so you might keep looking for it if you want one. The material is just a really soft, pliable rubber. I began to see the blue thing stretching, filling it with water. But then right away, I could see those the beads of sweat on the black filter. So right away, it's priming it. A lot more efficient and less messy. All finished, and pull it right off. Then I'll just twist the faucet tip right back on. Which I tried this at both houses, no leaking, no problems, no special tools. You can see my faucet still works fine. I'm just going to wash everything, the plugs. I'm just washing this by hand, with dish liquid. That's all. Soap and water. I'll rinse those off really well. And I'll wash the main reservoir. I'm just going to put the soap right in there. Just take a regular sponge and make sure I cover every surface. The soapy water. Extra water in here, and then I'm going to run this nice soapy water through the spigot. I will rinse it really, really well, probably 2 or 3 times. Make sure there's no soap residue. Then move on to washing that top. This area seems to be the dirtiest because that's where all the water right out of your tap sits before it goes through the filters. And some people put water from their rain barrels, creeks, lakes. Put a good bit of soap in there and start the whole process again. Just dish liquid, a sponge, and I'm gonna soap down every little square inch in here. And all right, I'm just giving it a thorough rinse on this part as well. And like I said, this part, it doesn't really have to be so spotless because you can put almost any kind of water in here. Found a little place where it'll sit nicely right there. That way, you can get a big picture when I'm making my tea, which is no longer sweet. Trying to help you, hon. All right, and then we'll take, this is the top part, it goes up here. It's got the 4 holes. I'm going to take these plugs. Plug up 2 of the holes. Get them primed so there's water up inside them. And then really it's, it's pretty simple from here on out. Just screw this back on. It's a pretty long post there. I don't know why they made it that way. Down. I guess for different Berkeys, finger tight, you might need, so there's no water leaking through there. And that is it. All done. I think probably the whole process only took maybe 10 minutes, but as far as that priming of the filter, see the filters just sit down in there like that, and there's the 2 plugs. And then I like to because I don't know, I guess I'm a little bit anal about that. I like to line up the name Berkey and Berkey right here, so I don't know why, but it looks better. And so then the cool thing here in this house is our faucet reaches up there, see? And so I can fill the top Berkey reservoir. And then I'm going to stop, because what I'm going to do right here is watch and just make sure. This is the cool part of being able to see through. See, if we bought a stainless steel one like I want, we wouldn't be able to look through and see if the plugs are, if I have them in far enough. Because we want 100% purified water down in this reservoir. I see no drips coming from the plugs, only from the 2 filters. It's already started filtering, so yay! All right, there we go. It is full. All full to the very tippy top. And then we will put this little drip. So that's normal. And you can hear it dripping is going to fill that entire, so it's not like a flow, like a steady flow, but you get a so just these little droplets, reservoir, come down through those charcoal filters. My channel is 100% charity. If you ever order anything, in the description, and I haven't even really figured out yet how to do the Amazon affiliate or whatever, but when I do figure it out, anything I make will be 100%